Hey guys, what's up? You're welcome back to another episode of the Bed with Benhene podcast. I figured I'll do that intro because I never really say it, but this is truly my baby. This is my podcast. On here, I like to share self-development tips for the millennial woman. I am a millennial woman myself, and I'm growing. And while I'm on the journey of trying to grow and trying to be a better version of myself every day, I'm learning things and I'm sharing them with you. So I am growing and growing with you in the process, okay? These videos that I do, they are therapy to me. I'm not even gonna lie. I go back to watch a video if something happens and I need a particular episode. So I just want to say that you're welcome to my podcast, okay? Thank you so much for always taking time to watch a video. I appreciate you. Now, I'm gonna hold you when I say this. Being in a relationship doesn't exactly mean that you should lose yourself, okay? Being in a relationship means that you need to hone into your individuality while still being an amazing partner. So I personally feel like our individual selves come together to make the relationship whole. But sometimes when you're in a relationship, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when you're in a relationship, especially if you've been with your partner for a very long time, the lines can be blurred, okay? You can be learning a thing or two from your partner. It's not exactly bad, but sometimes you can lose yourself in a relationship. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you can totally forget who you are. And a lot of women would tell you this, especially when you start having kids and life is just going in the family way. Sometimes you lose yourself in the process, and I can very much relate. Okay, so this episode for me is something that is near and dear to my heart because I am a mom, I'm a wife. I have been with my partner for a pretty long time, so I know how it feels like to lose yourself in the process. But this video, I'm going to be talking about how to maintain your individuality while still being an amazing partner. Okay, we are out here to be amazing moms, amazing wives, but we also want to make sure that we're not losing ourselves in the process. We want to make sure that in the process of being that mom, that wife, you're still you. You know, every single bit of you is coming to light and making the partnership beautiful, because the more you better yourself, the better your relationship. The more you better yourself, the more you're able to pour into whatever relationship you find yourself in. So again, I love this topic because it's relatable in the sense that you don't only have to be a wife or a mom. You can be in a relationship, a long-term relationship, or just any relationship that you're in, any form of partnership that you've been in for a while, that you feel like you're losing yourself. This is the video for you, okay? I'm going to be giving you a few tips on how you can maintain that individuality while still being an amazing partner. Now, again, for context, I have been with my partner for a very long time, and our relationship is the type of relationship where we have always done everything together, from eating together to bathing together. Like, legit, my husband and I, we would literally do every single thing together. We're like this, okay? So when I tell you that it is very easy for you to sort of lose yourself in the process and just do things together every single time, which is beautiful. Again, don't get me wrong, there's nothing more beautiful than seeing a couple that do things together, pairing and doing things together. That is the cutest form of relationship that you can ever see. But then it's more beautiful when each individual knows what they bring to the table. Each individual has that confidence in themselves enough to be able to, pour into that partnership. So I've had to learn this myself, okay? I've had to teach myself individuality while still being in a relationship, because I'm the type of person that I love very hard, okay? If I love you, ciao, I'm gonna be twinning with you. I'm gonna be, doing stuff with you because it just makes me feel good. But I've had to learn that having those individual strengths definitely makes the relationship stronger. So the very first thing that I can say is you want to pursue your passions, okay? You want to keep chasing things that make you happy, the things that you know for a fact that you've always wanted to do. Because also sometimes if you have a 9-to-5 job, it can feel like that's it. It can feel like, you're earning good money, you have a family, you have a good car. It can legit feel like, okay, what else should I do? But you need to pursue things that are originally you. Everything else that you're doing, believe it or not, it's for people. as much as you being a wife and being a mom and everything is also for you, it really isn't so much for you if it makes sense, because your kids are going to grow. Your kids are going to go to school. They're going to get married. They're going to get their own homes. They're going to go live their lives. And the part, like the whole mommy job and being policing, helicoptering every single time around them, that would stop. So you would feel like you need to do something. Trust me, a lot of like 50-year-old and 60-year-old women would tell you this. When their kids move out, they don't have anything else to do because they don't know anything else but being a mom. And that's what I'm talking about. You want to pursue your passions, anything else besides being a mom, being a wife, being a homemaker, being a 9-to-5er. You want to do anything else but that. What are some of the things that you've always loved to do? It could be baking. It could be anything. It literally could be anything. For me, again, it will be creating content and just doing DIY, just being a creative. I love being a creative. It just makes me so happy. And that's what I'm talking about. You need to pursue your passions. Follow your passion. And then the next thing that I can say is, as an individual, you want to have some personal goals for yourself. That's going to be my second point. As an individual, besides the goals that you have together with your partner and for your kids and for the family and whatnot and for your job, which is your 9-to-5, you want to have personal goals. What do you personally want to achieve for yourself? It could be fitness goals. It could be, some sort of education that you want to, or some sort of knowledge that you want to acquire. It could be anything. You should have some goals for yourself as an individual, okay? And again, all these things come together to make you a good partner, to make you a good mom, to just generally pour into the family unit. I'm walking on a very thin line because there is a very big difference between selfishness and individuality in a relationship, okay? There's a huge difference between these two things. Being an individual and honing into your individual passions and setting goals for yourself has nothing to do with trying to be selfish in a relationship, okay? You're doing these things intend to be able to pour back into the family unit. So think of it from that angle. So again, go ahead and set some goals for yourself if you don't already have that. And then the next thing that I'm going to say is try finding some solo time that you spend by yourself, okay? And that's something that I have had to learn this year, all of 2024. I said to myself that I'm going to try to find a way to do other things away from my relationship, because again, my husband and I, we've been together for a pretty long time and we're, pretty used to doing things together, always doing things together, which I love. I love, love, love. But I've also gotten to a stage where I want to do other things that I have always wanted to do that my husband doesn't really care to do. You know what I'm saying? And I'm encouraging him to do the same thing. With that being said, I, booked myself a ticket to go for a conference. It wasn't so much of like a conference. It was a networking event, like an all black girl networking event all the way out in New York. And I live in Massachusetts. So that's like a whole ways away from where I live. I was there by myself for like 3 to 4 days and, just had a time. And I'm not gonna lie, spending that time by myself, trying to make connections and just feeding into my creative passion and building connections that were going to in turn be for me, but also be for the future goals that we have together, really made me happy because, that was me in all entirety. That was my field. That was like the work that I like to do. And that was me trying to build connections for myself. So that's what I'm trying to say. So it definitely feels weird once you try to like start doing things for yourself. But trust me, it's not as bad as you think. You should just try with one event, try with one thing and see how that makes you feel, okay? Try to spend time with yourself. Try to spend time with your friends, your family, people that are not exactly a part of your home unit. And that is going to fuel you so much. It's going to give you so much joy coming back into the unit because it recharges you in a way. I don't know, but like it does that for me. Just like give it a balance. It gives you so much balance because you feel like you have a balance of self and then you have a balance of partnership. If you don't do it so much, you should definitely try catching up with your friends, try catching up with your family, people that you just love spending time with, and it just recharges you and gives you that perfect balance that you need to come back into the partnership. Okay, so and then the next thing that I'm going to give you, woman to woman, okay, is try having some sort of financial independence in that relationship, okay? And if you have a job, then that's perfect because then you have your own income coming in. You're able to set some money aside for yourself to, take care of yourself, do your nails, buy yourself a gift every now and then. That's what I would do. I would set some money aside and I would literally tell my husband, this is for my makeup, okay? Like this is for my hair. And my husband doesn't even care about stuff like that, So I need you to try to have some sort of financial independence, not in a way that it's like you're hiding money from your partner. No, that's not what I mean. But finding a way to have some sort of income that is earned by you. And if you're a stay-at-home mom, there's still definitely ways to earn money virtually. Okay, you don't have to go out. You could have work from home job. So again, try to have some sort of financial independence for yourself. It makes you feel very, very confident in the relationship itself. Okay, it makes you feel good about yourself, being able to take care of yourself as and when you need to, being able to take money out to buy yourself a nice dress when you need to without having to exactly like wait around or ask your husband for it. It's beautiful to see, trust me, don't get me wrong. I love to spend my husband's money, okay? Like I love when my husband's money is paying for something that I am going to be spending. Like I just love that. I love the princess treatment. But another thing that I love more than the princess treatment is to be able to buy something for myself. Okay, I love when I am able to afford something for myself. But if my husband offers to do it for me, yes, 100%, please take care of it. Don't even ask. You know what I'm saying? Don't even ask. But I could do it for myself too. I love that. I love that feeling. I've always loved an independent woman. I've always loved an independent woman. Not just the idea of an independent woman, but an actual independent woman that can take care of herself even while in a relationship. I've always known that even if I had a partner that would, spend crazy on me, I would still want to be able to afford things for myself. So I would definitely say that if you currently don't have any income, try to find ways that you can make some income for yourself. If you're a stay-at-home mom and you're not able to exactly do a 9-to-5 job, try to find a work from home job, virtual assistant. Again, there's a million and one ways that you can earn income while you're at home. So that's one for my stay-at-home moms, okay? And then the last one or the least thing that I can say is communication. Communication is key in every relationship. I've said this a million and one times and I'll say it again. Communicate with your partner. If things feel uncomfortable or if you want to do something and you don't know how your partner is going to take it, or you don't know how it's going to affect the relationship in general, it's a partnership. So discuss it with your partner. Try to be vulnerable with your partner. Tell them how you want to go with a relationship. Tell them the things that you want to do that will make you happy and in turn make the relationship, whole and, good vibes. So communicate with your partner. That's all I'm trying to say. One thing that my husband and I have been doing, which you can try, is using ChatGTP as therapy or as a marriage coach, if I would say that. And I absolutely love this because coming from an African home, we haven't always been comfortable with the idea of therapy. And so when ChatGTP voice started to come in action and everything, immediately something hit me and I'm like, why don't I use ChatGTP as therapy for myself? And then I started to think, why don't I start to use ChatGTP as therapy for my relationship? You know what I'm saying? And it has been an amazing tool. I am not even kidding. I feel like I can do a whole video just talking about ChatGTP and how it has impacted my life. I'm not even gonna lie. I love ChatGTP, okay? I love AI. And I digress, but I'm just trying to say that if you have any sort of concerns and you feel like you don't know how to word it, put it in ChatGTP. ChatGTP will tell you how to say it to your partner partner. ChatGTP will tell you how to say it in a way that makes it easy to go. So that's just a little tip, okay? That is just a little tip. Communicate with your partner. Communication is key. But if you're having trouble communicating, try ChatGTP as your therapist. Try going to ChatGTP as a little coach and see what she tells you. Trust me, you're going to love it. If you don't have ChatGTP voice, it might be a little tougher because I prefer the voice. You're just able to say your mind and then she's able to talk back to you. It's like a one-on-one session, literally like being with a therapist. I love it for communication and therapy and trying to find good ways to communicate in a relationship. Trust me, it works. So yeah. And then the last thing I can say is you want to do regular check-ins with yourself, trying to reflect every now and then. I love to do that a lot, actually, just checking in to make sure that I'm staying in touch with my goals that I have set for myself as a person. And again, every goal that I have set for myself is goals that in turn is going to benefit my family and the whole family unit. So try doing reflections every now and then. Reflect on, yourself and checking with yourself. Make sure that you're still in touch with who you are, with your values, with your passions, and just making sure that you're still honing into the individuality, okay? Being the best version of you is how you're going to be able to pour into the relationship, is how you're going to be able to give it your best, okay? So again, it's not about being selfish, but it's about being an individual in a way that benefits the family units and benefits the partnership if it's not a family unit. I hope that these tips are helpful. When I thought about it, I'm like, I think that this is something that I really would want to talk about because this is something that I have personally been working on, trying to be my own woman, trying to be my own person while still being a strong partner in the relationship. So I am hoping that this video is as helpful to you as it was as helpful to me. And comment below if you have any extra tips that you would want to add to that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done that. I love you guys so much and I hope that you're enjoying the holidays. Merry Christmas if you see this video on Christmas. If you don't, Happy New Year.
When I say she get it from her mama, I'ma say you fuck her right. Body rude is polite. Tell me in the humble type. Tell me is you down? Cause I'm trying to go up tonight. All the hoochies left and right. I just wanna get anything.